Wait a minute, why am I drinking from this when I have this? You like it? Ta-da! It's a Batman vs Superman cup that I bought from my local cinema. And look, it has the logo on it as well. They had either the Batman action figure on top, or they had the Wonder Woman or the Superman, and I chose the Batman one. They said all the Batman ones were out, so they said we had the logo, so they gave me the logo. So yeah, that looks really cool. Got this from View in London. So anyway, on to the movie. So, yeah, I know, I turned the light on and the windows up, so because I need more light in here. Let me tell you my expectations before I tell you about the movie itself. So, this film was pretty overhyped, and when I heard that Ben Affleck was going to play Batman, I was unsure about this. I thought to myself, really, Ben Affleck? Why Ben Affleck? I mean, because Christian Bale will always be my favorite, but when I saw the trailers, I thought Ben Affleck looks like he's going to give a promising performance as the Dark Knight, and I can't judge, so we'll see. And then the people who saw the preview screenings before the film was released tweeted their positive reviews, and that got me thinking that maybe I was too quick to judge. Maybe this film will probably go down in DC film history. And then came the critic reviews when the film was released. And my god, people are shitting on this film. And it's currently got a 28% in Rotten Tomatoes. So it was just spinning when I kept seeing these negative reviews, but these positive responses from the audiences. So I really didn't know what to say until I decided to go see the film for myself to talk about how I felt. And Ben Affleck did say that this film is not for the critics, it's for the audiences. It's not a critical film. So in this review, I'll be talking both as a critic and an audience member, because I have been a really big Batman fan. The film is about Batman versus Superman. It's basically in the title. So this film starts with the previous events that happened in Man of Steel. So if you've seen Man of Steel, this film is about the damage and wreckage caused by Superman versus General Zod. And Bruce Wayne is down there and he is in torment by the wreckage and destruction that Superman has caused. I mean, the Wayne Enterprise has been falling down, people have been dying, crushing under the rebel, and Bruce Wayne vows vengeance upon Superman, and he wants to bring him down because they don't know that whether Superman is a good person, or they don't know if he's good or bad. If you're thinking that you're going to see a fight between Batman versus Superman, you are going to see that fight, don't worry, but you are going to be disappointed because the fight between Batman versus Superman doesn't last longer than 3 minutes. And to be honest, I thought that the fight was pretty biased, but I'm not going to tell you who won. You've got to see the film for yourself. We are given a different portrayal of Batman by Ben Affleck. So Bruce Wayne he's very old, he's older, he's miserable, he is facing bankruptcy. So this is a different portrayal of Bruce Wayne that we've never seen before, and also, I like the way that the film showed elements of Bruce Wayne as well as Batman, because people were excited over the portrayal of Batman, but we keep forgetting that Batman is Bruce Wayne. So in order to see Batman, we also need to see Bruce Wayne. So I'm really glad that they also focused on Bruce Wayne's character as well as him donning the cape of the Dark Knight. So I really enjoyed that as well. The problem that I had with Superman was that he was very emotionally blank. I mean, I didn't know if that was intentional. I didn't know that was, or maybe it was because of Henry Cavill's his acting. Don't get me wrong, Henry Cavill makes a great Superman. I mean, he looks like he was born for this role, but I just didn't know. I wasn't getting enough emotion from Superman, especially with all these things happening around him and people questioning about him and all that. So I had a little trouble seeing emotion from Superman or Clark Kent. Jesse Eisenberg. Now, Jesse Eisenberg, I think that he played a decent villain, but the thing is, I just didn't see Lex Luthor coming from him. I thought that it's just that he was too miscast, in my honest opinion. he was too young for this role. I was expecting like somebody older, someone at least bold to play Lex Luthor, like Bryan Cranston, or any other old actor who has a mature voice. But I don't understand why would they cast Jesse Eisenberg. When I first heard that Jesse Eisenberg was being cast as Lex Luthor, I thought that he was going to impress us by giving us a performance that no one has ever seen. I mean, I was expecting Jesse Eisenberg to change his voice. Just because we saw a picture of Jesse Eisenberg when he was bald, it doesn't mean that he's going to change. I thought that he was going to change his voice. But apparently, Jesse Eisenberg played his natural shtick. He played the awkward, the nervous, the ditzy sort of person, but he was also very psychotic, very power hungry and mad. In some parts he did play it well, in some parts he didn't. Some parts he played it was very too over the top, very cringeworthy. I was really confused by what sort of Lex Luthor they were trying to portray, because to me, Jesse Eisenberg was trying to look more like the Riddler or the Joker. I got that sort of vibe from him rather than Lex Luthor. I didn't know whether that was intentional or maybe it was because he was Lex Luthor Jr. I don't know. But Jesse Eisenberg did play a decent villain nonetheless, and he did creep me out quite a bit, and I got to give him props to that. So I think that Jesse Eisenberg did play a decent villain. I was just really confused by what character he was trying to portray. That's all. And one of the reasons that people have been looking forward to this film or being really excited about it is because Wonder Woman. Now, Wonder Woman, we have never seen Wonder Woman in a live-action film ever. And this is the first time we're ever going to see her in a live-action film. I could be wrong. Maybe there were other films or TV series where Wonder Woman was in, but this is the first time we ever get to see Wonder Woman in the DC universe. So this was really exciting, and I was really excited as well. I mean, when I saw the trailer, they made Wonder Woman look very badass, and I wanted to see what her role was in this film. Unfortunately, you don't get to see her for less than 20 minutes, because it just felt like she was just there, just for the sake of being there. She didn't really have a good role in this film, apart from fighting Doomsday. She didn't get a proper introduction. She didn't get much backstory to her character. Hopefully we get to see that in her individual film that will be coming soon, maybe in next year or 2018, 2019, I don't know. But I was really disappointed. People have been saying that Wonder Woman was the only thing that was good in this film, but I thought that Wonder Woman was also another issue in this film because we didn't get to see much of her. It was just like she was just crammed into there, along with the many other things that they were trying to cram in this 3-hour film. And that's another issue that I have with this film. This film, not because it was too long, but they were just trying to cram in so much information in this film. There were so many plot points in this film. And there was like one thing was going on, like Superman and Lois Lane and his mother, and we have Batman training and fighting and talking with Alfred. And then we have Jesse Eisenberg trying to create his Doomsday so he can fight Superman and Batman. There was just so many plot points and very little character development. I was actually hoping that they would develop these characters like Batman. Batman's character does not develop. And I didn't like Alfred either. I mean, don't get me wrong, I thought that Jeremy Irons, I thought that he was perfect for Alfred. I mean, his feature, his voice, he was perfect casting as Alfred. But let's not forget who Alfred was. He was also a man who was very loyal to Bruce Wayne when he was a child and took him in after his parents were killed. I didn't get to see that relationship between Alfred and Bruce Wayne. Alfred felt like that annoyed janitor that you see every day in your school who hates life and hates people around him. Some people enjoyed his sarcastic, witty lines, but I just didn't see the relationship between Alfred and Bruce Wayne. But other than that, I was really excited that Alfred was part of the action. I really enjoyed that Alfred wasn't just a butler. He was also a mechanic as well. He was part of the action, controlling the Batwing and telling Bruce Wayne and Batman where to go and where to fight. So I think that was one of the elements of Alfred, which I enjoyed. Other than Alfred, there was also another character that I had disappointment with. It was Lois Lane. She was just useless. I have to say, she was useless. She did nothing in this film. Just that it's also really cliche how Superman always has to save her. It's just the most cliche portrayal of a character. She's in danger and Superman has to save her. I mean, Superman, don't you ever get annoyed having to save her all the time? She did play an important part in this film, that she was investigating the government and how it's linked to Lex Luthor's corporation. However, she just kept being in trouble. She kept being in danger, and she was always waiting on Superman. You're gonna see these cliche moments where she's falling down from a building and then Superman catches her. This is the moment where every single Superman film has always happened. At the end of the day, guys, I don't think that Batman vs Superman was... It wasn't a great film, but it wasn't awful. I thought it was okay. I thought it was a decent popcorn flick. I mean, it has its fair share of action as well as your favorite characters in the film that stay true to their own characters. But you also have a fight, but it just doesn't reach up to its expectations. First of all, the film is 3 hours long. And in the title, it says Batman vs. Superman. So when you're watching the film, you're expecting a fight between Batman and Superman. But this film, this 3-hour film, builds up to that moment. And disappointingly, the fight isn't long enough. I mean, when I went to see this film, I actually wanted to like it. I actually thought to myself that these negative reviews and from these critics, I actually thought that they were being too harsh on this film. And I actually wanted to go there and I wanted to like it. In some points I did, but it wasn't perfect. It was just okay. Which is why I'm going to give Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice a 6.5 out of 10. In my opinion, guys, I don't think it's a film that you should go immediately and rush to the cinema and go see it. I think that you should just wait until the film is available to watch on DVD, Blu-ray, Netflix, or wherever you watch your films. It's just not really exciting enough to see in cinemas. It's not exciting as it's made up to be. It's not exciting as you thought it would be. And it does not reach up to its expectations. But I would say it is worth a watch. I mean, because this film is breaking box office records, and DC probably wanted to attract 3 different types of fan bases in order to create more money. You've got the Batman fan base, you have the Superman fan base, and you have the Wonder Woman fan base, all crammed together in one single movie. So it sounds exciting. People, of course, are going to go and see this film. Their responses? Very mixed. There's like a certain amount of people who hate this film, mostly critics, and there are more people who enjoy this film, such as the audiences. I'm sort of caught in the middle. I thought that it wasn't great, but it's okay. It's just not that sort of film that you would go rush to see. It's not as good as Deadpool. I think that Deadpool is the greatest superhero of 2016, in my opinion. But who knows? Maybe Civil War will beat it. I mean, Civil War is basically the Marvel version of Batman vs. Superman. So we'll see how that plays out. So anyway, guys, that's my review for Batman vs. Superman. So what did you guys think of it? Were you pleased with Batman vs. Superman, or were you disappointed? Did you enjoy Ben Affleck's portrayal of Batman or Bruce Wayne? Who did you think was going to win, by the way? Who did you think? Batman or Superman? I wanted Batman to win because I'm a Batman fan. I'm really interested in what you guys have to say about this film, whether you were excited about this film, what you thought of it. Maybe you thought I was too harsh on this film, or maybe you're a DC fan or a Marvel fan. Who knows? Just comment down below, let me know. Share me your thoughts. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up down below and comment, subscribe, share, or do whatever you want. And yeah, thanks for watching.